However, when I glanced around, I found something totally unexpected. Dion? What? Dion is up there? Napping against the support beam was Dion. What's up, guys? The name's Ren Jagnil, and welcome back to Locked Heart. So last we left off, Lily and I had that conversation. Like, we both like Soul. Apparently, we don't know it yet, but we do like Soul. He doesn't know that either. Neither of them know that we like him. Okay, let's put it that way. Lily's like, I don't care if he chooses you, then we'll still be friends. I'm just like, I can't do that to you, Lily. But anyway, yeah, some things happen. Soul looks like he got an argument with Dion, his brother, so he's kind of frustrated. So, some things took a turn for, I don't know, better or worse. I don't know, but let's continue on. Ever since that day, Soul and Dion hadn't said a word to each other. Soul threw his attention into his work, and Dion just disappeared for hours on end. Occasionally, they would show up for dinner at the same time, but neither said a word. It made the room very uncomfortable, the silence only broken by silverware clinking upon dishes. I couldn't help wondering what happened between them after I hastily left that day. Then there's a curse that's yet to be broken. I'm so confused. There are too many things to think about. I sighed, flopping down on my bed. The sheets gave a loud poof before settling into a pile of wrinkles around me. It was tiring with all of these complications, yet not a single idea to make things simple again. I should sleep. I look around me, but it was all black. Hello? Am I dreaming? Aura. Oh, hello? Spinning around, I noticed a tall, beautiful woman that hadn't been there only seconds before. Her long blonde hair shimmered with light and her hazel eyes sparkled. She looked young, but I could tell she was many, many years old. Her body was covered by a ragged cloak and old clothes, which didn't suit her beauty at all. Just to be sure, I pinched my arm. It didn't hurt. Hello, Aura. Do you know who I am? I shook my head. I did not recognize this woman at all. Is this Goldilocks, maybe? Try, dear. I'm sure you'll think of the answer. I tried to think of who she might be. Either it could be our mom or Goldilocks. I'm thinking it's Goldilocks. As I stared at her, I noticed a few teddy bear charms hanging off the belt that peeked out from beneath the cloak. They looked familiar. Yeah, it's Goldilocks. Ah, could you be... She nodded, seeming to read my thoughts. Yes, that's right. Oh, the toy maker. I'm sorry. I thought it was Goldilocks. I'm the toy maker that came to the Deluxe Mansion 7 years ago. I apologize for seeming rude. I'm just not sure why you're here in my dream. The toy maker giggled, her face gentle with understanding. Somehow she wasn't as evil as I would have imagined. It was the father that was evil. I came because I wanted to speak to you about the curse. I'm sure you have heard the story of why I cursed this place. You wanted to punish Lord Deluxe for his cruelty. Yes. He was a very cruel man, even to his own flesh and blood. I know because I've been watching them before I even came that day. Lord Deluxe had such amazing children, each special in their own way, and yet he chose to bind their wings instead of let them fly. The male child has so much imagination and creativity in him. It shines so brightly in his eyes when he smiles. I couldn't agree more. Soul is an amazing designer. Soul is amazing in his own way. I really like him. But the only time I've ever seen him genuinely smile was whenever he talks about designing clothes. I hope that losing his status and having all those important to him reduced to childhood toys would teach him to appreciate what he had. I pressed my fingers together as she sighed, her pretty features crimped with disappointment. Sadly, I was wrong. Can you tell me why Gold didn't change back like everyone else? How can the curse be broken? I was worried Lord Deluxe might not have a change of heart, so I created a second key with Gold's heart. What? The toy maker pointed at my chest. I felt a strange warmth, like a small heartbeat against mine. Surprised, I reached into my shirt and pulled out the locket my mother gave me so long ago. My locket? Ooh. Excuse me. That locket used to belong to Goldilocks. She gave it to your mother as a gift. Your mother was a kind woman. I didn't curse her like the others. Instead, I sent her home with Gold's heart in the locket. I erased all her memory of working for the Deluxe, leaving only a message that it must be returned to someone someday. Wait, Gold's heart is in my locket? I quickly took it off and held it in my hands. Within my palms, I felt that same warm heartbeat. I was supposed to send your mother back when the Lord Deluxe died, but Rua, she wasn't in very good health at the time. My heart ached upon remembering how my once healthy and cheerful mother was plagued by a terrible illness over a year ago. I'm sorry for what happened to Rua. I remember mother used to tell me stories about how much she loved her previous work, that she wished she could introduce me to the wonderful children she cooked for. I never knew she was working for the Deluxe family, but now that I do, I'll definitely find a way to save them. So please, tell me how to break the curse. Or this is why I came to you. Something has happened with the curse. I looked away from my locket and stared at the toy maker, confused. Her pretty features were full of concern. What do you mean? The curse was supposed to break if the locket came within the same room as Gold. As you noticed, everyone else turned back. However, the toy maker tipped her head in my hands. Look at your locket. What do you see? I hesitated, not sure what she expected me to see, but I did look as she asked. Oh, it has more rust on it. Yes, you see, Aura, Gold is a pure metal. Waving a slender hand in the shape of a symbol, the toy maker created a faint image of Gold. I only knew it was her because I've seen a picture of her in my room. In her room, sorry. That locket is made of pure gold. It might have tarnished over time, but it should not have rusted. Gold gave me a bright smile before fading away. I held the locket close to my chest. So then, what could have caused it? There is the distressed heart who wishes the curse to remain. Its emotional turmoil got tangled in my magic, and it seems the locket was affected. Until that heart is healed, the rust on the locket will not clear and it will remain sealed. The first one I thought of was Soul. But why would he make such a wish when he longs to see her sister again? His sister again. Blah. Yet I was sure the heart is distressed with souls. I couldn't prove it, but that's what I felt inside. Gently, I held my locket out again. I gazed at the dark rust clinging to what must have been a pretty golden locket once upon a time. The longer I looked at it, the more certain I became. So if I can clear the rust from the locket, I can break the curse. Yes, Aura. If you're able to change that person's wishes, the rust should disappear. I nodded with a determined smile on my face. Sweeping the locket back around my neck, I thanked the toy maker for her help. A piece of advice to consider, Aura Renali. I paused, both curious and concerned about what she was about to say. It isn't always about cutting the chains of the past. They could lead you to the answer you've been searching for. I see. I looked at myself in the mirror, wondering if everything I just dreamt was true. I didn't really believe the toy maker was a bad person, but she'd caused such distress to everyone in this household. It was confusing. I wanted to be angry at her, but I understood why she was unhappy with her father. His spirit still haunted the household. The distressed heart had to be Soul's. His eyes, both teddy bear and human, betrayed such sadness even as he smiled and spoke with polite reason. And yet, I was still not sure why would Soul make such a wish. I needed to find the answer soon, but first, I still had that problem between the brothers. Maybe the argument between Soul and Dion is because of the heirloom and what it is doing to Soul. With all due respect, Lady Aura, my brother is the reason I am trapped in this role at all. As I stared hard at the mirror, I decided I needed to find out what was causing the dissonance between the two brothers. Maybe it wouldn't break the curse, but I hoped I could clear the air and bring them back together again. But I can't give up just yet. Crossing my arms and sighing, I tried to think of who I was going to talk with. I should talk with... Okay, hold on, say first. Alright, the obvious choice is going to be Soul. Stealing my courage, I approached Soul's workroom and knocked on the door. Soul? I heard some shuffling inside, but it took quite a while before I heard the door click. A cold feeling of worry stirred in my stomach. Oh, Lady Aura. It is a pleasure to see you, but I'm in the middle of reviewing some documents. Can this wait? I almost didn't stop my gasp in time. Soul looked haggard. His hair hung limply from his ponytail as if it had been pulled by hands unconsciously drifting through desperate thought. Through it in desperate thought. Can't read. There were dark lines under his eyes, and the vibrant green eyes I remembered were dull and tired. Red dusted his cheekbones, but the rest of his face was so pale. I really need to talk with you. Soul sighed, gently leaning on the doorframe. It was not the gesture of someone acting aloof. Soul seemed to need it for support. As you wish. He said that, but he didn't open the door wider or allow me into the room. Soul, please, tell me what happened between you and Dion. It's obviously causing a rift between you two. There's nothing to say on that matter, Lady Aura. His tone was so terse, intent to end the conversation there. If I hadn't seen him say it, I'd have thought he had become royal. Ha! Soul, this isn't like you. I take a step closer. Please say something to me, Soul. Locking yourself away from the world, from us, I'm so worried about you. Soul gave a soft smile as if it took all of his strength. Strange how it makes me happy to hear you say such things. However, the smile disappeared and Soul tried to close the door. I pressed my hand against it and pushed back. Please don't lock me out, Soul! For a moment I saw the entire conflict play across Soul's face. Sadness, anger, hopelessness, every emotion I could think of flashed over his features. But then Soul tottered backwards a couple steps. Soul? I stepped into the room just as Soul fainted forward towards the ground. I tried to catch him, but we both fell to the floor. Clutching Soul close, I touched a hand to his face. Oh no. I yanked it back, burned by the fever on his skin. Oh no, he's sick! Soul? Soul! Are you okay? Soul! Oh no. He's not okay. Poor baby's not okay. Soul remained asleep for almost a day. Everyone agreed that his lack of sleep and his working nonstop was the cause of the fever. I stayed by Soul's bedside for most of it, leaving only to make quick meals for everyone. Gingerly removing the cloth on his forehead, I held my fingers to Soul's cheek. His temperature seemed high, but his skin was no longer too hot to touch. I breathed a sigh of relief and finished changing his cloth. How is he? I was so busy tending to Soul that I didn't notice Lily had come in. He still has a fever, but he seems better than before. Lily looked at Soul with a sad expression. Prince Soul, this is the first time I've seen him like this. Her eyes began to shimmer with tears, but she quickly wiped them away. Miss Aura, please save me from his pain. Lily. I don't know why, but I can feel it in my heart. I know you're the only one who can make him feel better again. I could only smile at her. I wanted to tell her I wanted to save Soul as much as she wanted me to, but I was no more useful than I'd been since coming to the mansion. Well, we'll be outside if you need us. Thank you. And Miss Aura? I'm entrusting him to you now. I didn't understand what she meant. I opened my mouth to ask, but Lily already left the room. Oh, so she's probably given up on her love for Soul. She cares about Soul still, but it seems like she kind of gave up on him and gave him to Aura. Gave him to Aura. Oh, Soul! No! Soul's long eyelashes fluttered. It seemed at first he was waking up, but then he whimpered without opening his eyes. Is he still asleep? Dreaming, maybe? The answer was then made clear. I don't understand. Soul? I called out to him, but Soul didn't answer me. He pressed his lips together, but the low one trembled. When he moved his head, I saw his eyelashes were damp. What did I do? Soul, it's just a dream. He didn't seem to hear me. His voice strained with emotion as his dream carried on. What did I do to make you hate me, big brother? My eyes widened. I thought he might have been dreaming about his father again, but this was actually about Dion. What did Dion do? I'm ready to slap a hoe. Reaching over with my other hand, I gently shook his shoulder. Soul, Dion could never hate you. Please wake up. It took quite a bit of coaxing before I saw those jeweled green eyes look up at me. When he finally did, they were wet with tears. Soul? Oh, Lady Aura. His mouth swept into a smile, cracked by exhaustion and yet still sweet. Have you been here long? I nodded, patting his head before bringing my hands onto my lap. The warmth in his gaze made my heart momentarily distracted. Seeing the sadness buried deep in those eyes kept me on track, though. I wanted to ask about his dream, but I thought it might upset him more. You gave us a scare, Soul. You need to take better care of yourself. I'm sorry. When I work, I don't have to think about things. My chest tightened when he said that. The weight on his shoulders was immense, but I didn't know how to convince him to share the burden. So, I made some chicken and vegetable soup. You should really eat. I shifted my chair back so that I could go retrieve the soup from the kitchen, but before I could stand up, Soul's hand wrapped around mine. I'm fine. Just stay here a little longer. The warmth of his hand clung to my fingers. I hadn't realized how big or gentle his hands were. Well, all right. As long as you eat something soon. We sat like this for a while. I tried not to think about my hand being enveloped in Soul's. I knew he just wanted a bit of comfort and didn't let myself assume anything. I tried to bring up the subject of Soul's dream several times, but the moment I looked at his face, I lost the words. Even though the sadness was seeping through his smile, I could tell Soul was trying to act like everything was fine. Soul, you really should eat something to regain your strength. Maybe you're right, Lady Aura. Soul sighed and closed his eyes. I must be unwell if I think this curse is a good thing. Because during those years, I was only a teddy bear. Now that I'm human again, the weight of my responsibility is back. When the curse ends, I have to be Little Locke's heir again. Am I being selfish? Soul smiled at me, but the way his shoulders trembled, I knew how much pain he was in. Oh, Soul. I finally got the answer to my question. But what was I supposed to do now? I have no idea, honestly. I wandered the halls of the mansion, unable to escape the echo of Soul's confession. I know Soul didn't want the curse to bind everyone indefinitely. He just wasn't strong enough to break free by himself. I had to help him somehow. But how? What could I possibly do to free him? I don't know how long I roamed before I passed by a special set of doors. A strange thought came to me and I stepped inside. Gold's room was still in perfect condition, not a curtain or a pillow out of place. I hadn't been here since Soul welcomed me to meet Gold. I suddenly felt anxious, not knowing where to look or stand. Gosh, this is so weird. Am I really going to ask a doll for help? Okay, well, we're gonna save. Should we try? Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. Hold on. I'm gonna go back. Hold on. I did not mean to click on try. I was still evaluating and shit. I mean, try and ask Goldilocks as a doll for help. I'm not sure that's gonna work out, so we're just gonna go. No, this is foolish. I doubt I could get any from her at all. I turned around, starting down the hall, but I didn't go too far. I couldn't. Remembering that I didn't have any choices left, I made my way back to Gold's room. I knelt before Gold. Oh, well, we came back anyway. Huh? I knelt before Gold, unable to stop staring at her glassy blue eyes and spun gold curls. I barely knew what to ask, but I was desperate for answers now. I took a deep breath. Gold? I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I really need your help. I glanced at the door while biting my lip. I want to understand what happened between Soul and Dion. Can you help me? For a while, nothing seemed to happen. I just knelt there, hoping my plea reached her and that her voice would find me again. Then, just as I was about to sign defeat, I heard my name. Aura. Goldilocks! I looked around, eventually finding the faint image of Gold near the door. I thought I was imagining her at first, but then a faint heartbeat awoke in my locket. This way. Gold waved her hand at me as she stepped towards a large closet. The doors were teak and the handles pure ivory. I was a little afraid to touch someone's something so elegant. Gold disappeared into the doors, forcing me to follow her inside. It was hard to get through the row of dresses, now too small for the youngest Deluxe child to wear once she became human again. Eventually, I found Gold amongst the clothes, pointing up at the ceiling. She glanced up at me with a peculiar sad expression, but faded away before I could ask why. I had to fight with the clothes a little more, using shelves and rods to lift myself high enough to grab the dangling rope attached to the door handle. I somehow managed to pull out a full-down ladder and then continued into an attic. Whoa! It was fairly bright in the attic space because of a few windows on the short walls and the roof above. Dust motes floated through the air even though I moved slowly around the boxes and support beams. Oh, I guess that they don't show the attic. Anyway, Gold, are you here? I whispered for Gold, but I didn't see her again. However, when I glanced around, I found something totally unexpected. Dion? What? Dion is up there? Napping against the support beam was Dion. His arm was resting on a treasure chest and his head was tipped back in slumber up until I called his name. Startling awake, Dion flinched. Aura, how did you find this place? Believe me or not, it was Gold who let me here. Led me. Dion looked puzzled and opened his mouth as if he was about to reply, but he quickly shook his head, dismissing whatever he was going to say. Is this where you've been every day? Dion flushed and looked down at the floor, resembling a child who got caught doing something he shouldn't be. Not every day. I saw his arm tighten around the treasure chest at his side. Curious, I stepped over to where he was sitting and knelt in front of him. What is this, Dion? Though he hesitated at first, Dion looked at me, then at the chest, and with a sigh, moved to open it. Despite his small smile, he couldn't hide the sadness from his face. Inside the chest was a collection of photographs and craft projects. Ooh. There were so many memories contained in here. I picked up a picture of Dion pretending to model a dress. Soul had made out of lots of scrap fabric. Aw, you two were so cute. Soul and I used to be really close. We tell each other everything. He was always full of great ideas. I envied his natural creativity. When I turned to Dion, there was a nostalgic look on his face. There was a brightness about him, and as he shifted through the chest's contents. I probably shouldn't tell you what I'm about to say, but for some reason, I feel like I can trust you. I flinched when Dion's fingers brushed against my cheek, catching me off guard. Boy! I thought he was going to start flirting with me as he had been since I got here. But he just pulled his hand back and looked into the chest again. The truth is, I took being the Deluxe heir very seriously. I worked hard to keep our father satisfied. These pictures only represent a fraction of my life, the few moments I allowed myself to choose my family. Sunlight was reflected in Dion's damp eyes. He continued back into the past, revealing so many chains that controlled them. It was a wonder this family could move freely at all. It made me reconsider what I thought about the Toymaker's decision. Such a cruel man. How long have these two brothers been torn apart by something so trivial? Soul was always a kind person. He'd smile and take care of everything, even if he was unhappy and hurting inside. Dion sighed and fell against my shoulder. Okay? I blushed at the sudden contact, but he seemed to need the comfort, so I patted his head and ran my fingers through his hair. I'm a failure as an older brother. I've always known that Soul was hiding so much pain behind his smile. But even after the curse settled into our lives and her father died, I never tried to fix things. I called Soul a puppet all the time, but in reality, I'm still just as much a pawn in my father's game as Soul is. So, your irresponsible behavior was just an act? When your father imposed to make his decision seem legitimate? Dion gave a small nod, his shoulders hitching. It hurt seeing him like this. I guess I felt so deep in the routine that it became a natural response, even after 7 cursed years. It's not too late, Dion. It's not too late. No, I saw that already. I'm gonna save. Alright, break tradition. Well, ask to resume as dear. I'm pretty sure that's gonna put some pressure on him, so let's break the tradition. Your father has already changed the rules by making Soul, the second child, the heir. Why can't you and Soul just break free from the past? Dion sat back up and looked at me with uncertainty etched deep in his face. After a deflating sigh, he shook his head. Soul's sense of responsibility is too strong, and besides, his voice lowered to a whisper. I don't think he trusts me anymore. Not that I blame him. I hesitated at the defeat in Dion's words. It was obvious neither of them wanted to be trapped in the role of the deluxe heir any longer. But I didn't understand why they were being so resistant to the change. As I glanced back into the treasure chest of memories, the toy maker's words came back to me. It isn't always about cutting the chains of the past. I didn't understand what she meant then, but the longer I stared at the photographs of Soul and Dion, smiling and embracing each other when they had not only been good friends, but also close brothers, the answer was suddenly clear. Of course, it's no longer about who is the heir. I can't just free them from the strings binding them in the present. I need to repair the bond they used to have before it was broken by family politics. Shifting the picture delicately with my fingers, I found another one with Soul, Dion, and Gold all smiling and posing together. Gold was caught in a sandwich tug by her brothers, and I have never seen anyone happier than that young girl right there. Dion, Soul had a dream the other day. In his sleep, he asked what he did to make you hate him. Dion recoiled at my words, his eyes wide and watery. What? Soul really said that? It was hard to nod at Dion's heartbroken expression. I handed him the picture I found and did my best to smile through the pain in my chest. You're his older brother, Dion. If you don't think he trusts you, then work hard so that he can. I know it's scary admitting the mistakes you've made, but isn't having your family back worth facing your fears? For a while, we sat in silence. Dion looked conflicted for a while, but eventually he did smile. To my surprise, he even chuckled a bit. Well, it's no wonder Soul's in love with you. Wow! We admitted, woo! My body froze up, my vision going blurry before heat shot up to my face. It felt like I caught Soul's fever. What are you saying? Where did that even come from? Dion just laughed harder, his smile brighter than I'd seen before. I tried to laugh too, but my heart was beating hard at what he just said. Just then, it was suddenly hard to face him. He'll understand soon enough. Sighing, Dion leaned back and stared at the photograph. I knew he needed some time alone to think, so I held back on asking him to explain what he meant. I'm going to go make dinner. See you soon, I hope. Dinner time, okay. Well, actually, that's a good stopping point for today. We will continue more of Locked Heart in the next video. It seems that Soul really does like us, and I'm happy because, yay, Soul. I like Soul. I like him I want him to be happy. Please let him be happy. Alright, hopefully in the next video some things will be clear. Maybe we'll finish up Soul's route in the next video. I'm not sure what's left. But we'll see in the next video. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more of my videos, then subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!